All right, so it looks like that didn't work. But what I do hope is that someone got a screenshot of what Pacola T of what Pacola T said the Freem Pros. And let's see here, Cindy Krause, you are late, but that's okay because we're having technical difficulties. And so here's the deal. And this sort of sucks. I can see, okay, I've got my Restream bot working on my end, and I can see all the chat from both as long as I look at my Restream bot. But if you're on Twitch, you cannot see the YouTubes. You can't see the YouTube commentary. If you're on YouTube, you can see the YouTube commentary and the Twitch commentary. So I really don't know where the hitch in the get along is. So if you guys want to double dip and watch on YouTube as well as on Twitch, so you can actually catch all of the stuff. Yeah, Pacola T, it seems like the same issue happened to Andy yesterday, so I'm wondering if there was some sort of weird automatic update that I didn't know about, or if obviously later tonight I'm gonna have to go a little bit deeper. I'm not gonna bother today on the stream. It's just not gonna happen. And yes, Cindy, you can see Elaine on YouTube. Oh yes, and Rick, thank you so much. Relike on the YouTube side. So, okay, Cindy, you're on Twitch, and you can see Elaine on YouTube. Well, I think Elaine just, when Elaine posted, I'm on YouTube now, according to my thing, that came through on the Twitch side. Because now Elaine is on YouTube and she says, "Aloha, Cindy Krause," but I don't see it coming through on Twitch. I see it on my Restream. Because I've got two... You guys don't have this option, so there's nothing you can do about it. But as the streamer, I've actually got two different sets of chats that I'm looking at. I've got the Restream chat and I've got the Twitch chat. So I can actually see everything, but not everybody. Unless you're on the YouTube side, you're not going to be able to see everything. So if you want to hang out on Twitch and throw emotes and hang out on YouTube to get all of the commentary, then you're good to go. Pussycat, so good to see you. You just found out about this stream. You're brand new here. You just found out about this stream? No, remember, and it's so hard to remember. Even I have trouble. Wednesdays, we come on at 4 p.m. West Coast time, 7 p.m. your time. So, no wonder you're like, wait, what? Now, what's the problem? Good Lord, Pussycat, I don't know what the problem is, but the symptoms of the problem are anybody who's on YouTube typing in a comment, it's not coming through on the Twitch side. But if you're on Twitch writing a comment, it is coming through on the YouTube side. So if you want to have a full keep track of all the commentaries, then by all means go to the YouTube side. And Shock is saying that RestreamBot is not appearing in the list of logged in users. I think it usually appears in the moderators list. Maybe. We'll explore that later. I'm not chasing that tail right now. We've already spent like 10 minutes on it, and yeah, so there we go. But I will look into that once we're done here. I've got some homework to do, And let's see here. Puzzycat, you see YouTube and no chat on YouTube, but you can see the Twitch chat. And Shock, 10 minutes of broadcast quality. Yes, exactly. Puzzycat, I don't know why YouTube does this, but it does it to me too. Every once in a while, when there's no chat, you have to like log out of that stream and then log back into that stream. And then the chat shows. And then what I really don't like is it automatically goes to top chat. I don't want top chat. I want all of the chat. So once you get chat, be sure you're also clicked onto all chat, not just top chat. I don't know why it defaults to top chat. This is a chat show. I want all the chat to be showing all the time. When I am on Photo Luke, when I am on Daily Pigeon Live, when I am on wherever I'm on, Terry in Scotland, Shock stream. Dude, I want to see all of the stupidness. I want to see it all. I want to see everything that everyone says, and I want everyone to see the stupid stuff I say. So I don't understand why it just defaults to top chat. And who decides if it's top chat anyway, right? I mean, okay, Shock, you don't stream on YouTube, so I guess I don't do that for your stream. But if you did, I would do it for your stream. I would. And I guess Terry doesn't do it on YouTube either. But still, if Terry was on YouTube, I would still do all chat, not just top chat. And Darlene, yeah, Picola T is correct. This did happen to Andy yesterday, and he said if James would have been there, he could have maybe been figured out. So, yeah, so there you go. There you go. And, let's see here. But you might stream the new Dune on Friday, the one with Jason. I don't know. Wait, Jason who? Momoa? Is Jason Momoa in the new Dune? I know of no other Jason. So, I mean, Jennifer Jason Leigh, but I don't think that's who you meant, because you didn't say Jennifer, you said Jason. So, yeah. And, oh, Jason Momoa's in the new Dune. Huh, weird. Well, it can't be any worse than Aquaman, so. And you know what gets me? You know what gets me? Aquaman is one of the top grossing films of all time. I mean, as that piece of trash brought in more money than, well, I don't understand. I don't understand it. I don't understand it, man. And Shock, yeah, exactly. No, it cannot be worse than Aquaman. You're so sorry. Dude, I'll tell you, I mean, like, I'm really glad I saw Aquaman, actually, for a couple reasons. First off, I can truly say, like, oh, I have no interest in any other Marvel film ever again. But also, I can truly say, like, wow, you know, I never appreciated William Dafoe as an actor before until that film. And I can also say, no matter how cute and attractive the main star is, if the movie is trash, the movie's trash. And, you know, the star's kind of cute in Aquaman, I will give you that, but that movie is so trash. Oh my god, that movie is so trash. So let's see here. Yeah, now that I've gotten that off my chest, which, by the way, you will hear that review anytime I have an opportunity to bash Aquaman, I will. But let's see here. Puzzycat, it is sort of working. I can see you on my restream chat, but it's not coming through with on the Twitch side. But yeah, well, no, the chat for you, because you're on YouTube now, you're gonna be able to see everything. And so but if you were on Twitch, you would not be seeing everything. No, you would not. And Picola T, by the way, many posts ago, you posted that earlier today, you went on a walk with Lady Tie-Dye, on the beach. So happy Lady Tie-Dye finally made it into Oahu. Yesterday she had a bit of a travel hiccup because United had to like ground their flights, I think for like a half an hour or 15 minutes or something that was really kind of minuscule. But in the scheme of airline travel, every single United flight grounded for 15 minutes threw a huge wrench in the works. And getting Lady Tie-Dye to Hawaii yesterday was not as easy as one had anticipated, it sounds like. So, so glad that she was able to make it there, and even more happy that you got to meet her. I'm not sure you've ever met her before. So it's just one more dot of the Hamajang Gang Statterbox crew getting connected. Lady Tie-Dye is just, I mean, honestly, I think someone's already described her like this. I think it might have been Andy, but she's a hoot. I mean, she's just a good old time. She's just a hoot is what she is. So, let's see here. Okay, now, Pussycat, I don't think you were here earlier. Now, everybody else who was here earlier already heard this. But, Pussycat, I just want you to know that this is, boop. This is another kitty in my brood. He's not really my kitty. His name is Jimmy. He belongs to a family 4 blocks away. But he's a bit of a bully and a bit of a jerk, and he hangs out at my house a lot. He's also afraid of the snow. But there's no snow right now, so he's not afraid to go back home. But this picture was taken today on my back porch, and I just thought I would share with everybody another crazy cat moment from the crazy cat lady. And since you're a crazy cat man, I thought you would like to know of the 4th member of the cat crew that hangs out in my hood, and that would be Mr. Jimmy. Mr. Jimmy. So there you go. And yes, Cindy Krause and Lady Tie-Dye, they make a great little pair. They are very lucky that they live within driving distance of each other. And so, yes, he's Jimmy the Weasel is what he is. He's just a big old bully. And I used to have a cat in my crew named Big Poppy. And Big Poppy looked a little bit like Leo, only way bigger. Leo is svelte, whereas Big Poppy was, well, he was like Big Poppy was clearly a Samoan cat. There was no two ways about it. He was the bouncer. He was head security guard for the territory. He has since passed away, but back in the day, he was the head bouncer, and he loved to get into fisticuffs, and Jimmy was his favorite fisticuff partner, for certain. So, all right, so now everybody's caught up to date, I think, on the cats. Everybody who needs to know about the cats knows about the cats. And yes, James's hugs are very amazing. In fact, my best guess is I'd be willing to bet that the hugs that we got from James are actually like level 8 hugs, because a level 10 hug like would just kill us, you know? I have a feeling he could do a bigger hug if he really wanted to, but he was holding back because I think he could probably squeeze us to death. And let's see here. Darlene, I love the picture Cindy shared of all of us in the car. Wonder what kind of stories in that car were going on. It looked like fun though. Yeah, it was a lot of, stories of where that car had been and the travels that Lady Tie-Dye had taken it on. Because quite honestly, we thought that we had stuffed it to the max. But Lady Tie-Dye's just like, oh heck no, this car has been way more weighted down, way more stuffed with people, way more stuffed with stuff. And so, yeah, it was a lot of tales of Deadhead shows and rock gathering in Arizona and various and assorted things like that. And Shuck, I don't know, if you're telling me to hush, but I'm not sharing too many secrets, I don't think. I don't really know if there was a lot of secrets shared in that car. And if there was, I don't remember them, so and let's see here, Cindy. James said his hugs are average Samoan hug. It is like a bear folding in kind of hug. Yes, for sure. But I will tell you, I have had a hug that was actually even more breathtakingly squeezy, and it was from a white dude from Tennessee. So that's why I said, I was like, I feel like James was kind of holding back, because I've had a hug that left me a little more breathless, like, am I gonna die? You're squeezing me so tight, before. And so James knows how to be a gentle squeezer, a good squeezer, but not too much. And let's see here. Pussycat, you saw the video of the early stream tonight. It was a drive through some woods and some houses. Was that my area? Yes. Yes, indeed. Pussycat, that was the drive through the neighborhood that takes you to the beachfront park in my town. So, those houses are some of the nicest houses in my city. Not where my house is located. Let me make that clear. But it is about a mile as the crow flies to my house from where that was. So yeah, totally my area. Got to go down from the High Line, down the hill to sea level, and then back up the hill. So very unlike Florida, where it's all flat. You gotta really work to get down to the ocean, to the water. Or not really work, but you gotta work to get back up from the water. That's for darn sure. And let's see here. Cindy Krause, yes, car ride was a blast. Got to know Nani Aloha a little bit better. And then I'm like a sister apparently, because, you guys know me probably best of everybody just because of this, right? So yeah, I'll be everybody's sister. Of course, my sister's just like, I don't really know if I want you to be my sister, but that's okay. And she's not here after all. Now, let's see here. Oh, you liked how it all looked there? Yeah, that park, Pussycat, is super cool because it really hasn't been developed or cut. The trees have been, left alone. So the amount of moss and ferns and just almost rainforest vibe that's in there is, to me, magical. In fact, actually, different big guy. Andre has come up to this city multiple times on vacation, and basically, I think it's now his new tradition or something to spend summer solstice in that park. That is his favorite park. There's trails that go everywhere. In fact, I'd be willing to bet, no, I already know. Andre knows way more about that park than I do. I have not really explored that park too much. Whereas Andre has, I think, taken all the trails and seen all the streams, because there's a bunch of different streams that flow down into the water. Yeah, super lovely park, and as it turns out, apparently a tourist attraction for people from California. And Cindy, yes, it was like we always hang out. Oh well, we kind of do. Seriously, Terry, you're right. Someday, somewhere, somehow, we got to do a Chatter Hamajang group meetup. I agree, and even though Vegas is not really my scene, there was that long back in the day dream for the Daily Pigeon Live podcast to have that meetup in Las Vegas, and it sounds like Andy is planning on hitting Las Vegas in 2024. So if I'm gonna be with Andy in 2024, as my dream allows for, that might be an option. or some other city on the agenda of the tour that has yet to be formulated. And Chuck, yeah, I'm not really a fan of Vegas either, but Vegas is set up for conventions, for meetups, for blah blah blah. Although I have to say the Embassy Suites in Sacramento, where Andy had the show last Saturday or whatever, a couple Saturdays ago, that whole lobby area was quite lovely and definitely meant for, like, you know, kind of schmoozing, etc. And then there was a whole other, like, hangout area on the second floor, although I would hate to be a room near that second floor hangout because it might be kind of loud if people were hanging out there. But I don't know, but I think that we might be able to figure out some way in 2024 to maybe make a crossover happen. And Pussycat back on Twitch. All right, you guys. Okay, so Darlene, yes, Andre's gotten around in his life too. He's experienced in so many areas. Yeah, although actually he readily admits he's not very well versed with traveling the United States. He's a worldwide traveler, but he really hasn't spent a lot of time exploring the USA, continental United States in particular. He's spent a lot of time obviously in Hawaii. So even though he's like very world savvy, you know, like he's clueless about, like, say, Memphis, Tennessee or whatever, right? Although I admit I've never been to Memphis either, so there you have it. So okay. Now it is right around our time for our Lono listening break, and just like last Sunday, the particular tune that we're going to be listening to this time is off of the album that's forthcoming, the forthcoming Molokai Evie Band, and it's called Still Believe. Now, this is a different song than the Believe with the amazing bass line. This is a different song that you can actually get off of Heavy on Hawaiian Style. But a new version will be coming out soon. This is not the new version. This is the old version. Because the new version I'm not allowed to share yet. But because this is already on Lono's YouTube website, I don't see why I can't share it. Because it's already out there. So, this is a song called Still Believe. It's going to be coming, a different version is going to be coming on the latest album that will be released soon, shortly. When, I don't know. But yeah, here it is, and it's our Lono listening break. Boop.
Okay, we're back. Okay, let's go. Weather's getting cold. Am I just getting older than everyone that I know? Here comes the grays, and nothing feels better than blues. Where are all the clowns that used to make us laugh? A dream, you're not making up stories again, and I don't know if making up is what it's all about. Yeah, will you come back home again while I'm still singing my best friend and I still believe in you? Yes, I everything's okay. Bitter than sweet, sitting around and just eating the world away till everybody is gone. Don't give up, there is a dream. You're not making up stories again, and I don't know if making up is what it's all about. Yeah, will you come back home again? Well, I'm still singing my best friend, and I still believe in you. Yeah, don't give up, there is a dream. You're not making up stories again, and I don't know if making up is what it's all about. Yeah, will you come back home again? Well, I'm still singing my best friend, and I still believe in you. Yes, I still believe in you.
All right, there we go. All right, yeah. So, Darlene, you remember Soda Wax exactly? Yeah, he has his own line of deodorants, toothpaste, soaps, lip balm, maybe more stuff, but I'm not sure, so I'm not going to tell you what else. But at least those 4 things. He's got a booth at Pike Place Market, and whenever Andre comes to Seattle, he goes to the market and he stocks up on the Soda Wax products. So yeah, Andre is definitely a good supporter for local businesses, and he's a nice guy too. So, but I've already met Andre. My dream now is to meet Rick and Darlene in real life. So hopefully one day, they'll be able to make it to the West Coast somewhere, and be it Washington, be it California, or maybe even Las Vegas, which I know is not really the West Coast, but it's more West Coast than Wisconsin. And so hopefully one day paths will cross. And Shock, you ordered a very big bar of soap from Soda Wax. It's nice. Awesome. What? Now, when you say you ordered a very big bar of soap, do you mean you ordered the 2-pack that looks like one big bar, but then when you get it, you're like, oh, it's actually 2 bars? Or does he have a really big bar of soap that I'm unaware of? And then, okay, yes, it's the 2-pack. And then my next question, which you already answered, was you got the citrus. I haven't tried the citrus yet. I am still working on the O Fudge bar that he gave me for Christmas, which is named after it was his Christmas story, a Christmas story themed bar of soap. Do you remember in the Christmas story when the main character Ralphie, who wants the gun, the BB gun, he's helping his dad fix the flat tire and the nuts go down into the ditch, and he says, "Oh, fudge." Only he didn't say "oh, fudge." Yeah, that's right. He didn't say "oh, fudge." And then he had to go home and get his bar of soap to wash out his mouth. So Soda Wax made a bar of soap called "Oh, Fudge" in honor of that. That was the Christmas soap. I don't really know what it smells like. It's smells like stuff. It smells good. It's kind of masculine, but not. It's a nice smelling soap. And I don't usually use scented soaps because my skin is really sensitive. But actually, his soap doesn't really bother me. Darlene, I, being older, have dry skin that needs moisturizing, so I don't know if he has that kind of soap. Totally, dude. I can appreciate what you're saying. In fact, I didn't use his soap for so long. Like I said, he gave me that 2-pack for Christmas. I would say it's probably in the last, month or so that I finally, got up the courage to use it, because it has nothing to do with being old. It has everything to do with my skin being my skin. I've had supremely dry, sensitive, prone to breakout, prone to, eczema type skin my entire life. Even when I lived in Hawaii. In fact, after we moved from Hawaii, where it was humid, to Washington, where it was a lot drier, it really exploded into badness. So I totally understand how soap can almost be poison if it's not the right thing. And I'm not promising you that his soaps are the right thing for your skin, but what I can say is, even with the scent that I normally am afraid of, anything scented, my skin is not unhappy with the soap. It works for me. I'm not promising it's going to work for you, but it does work for me. Now, I can tell you this. He's got 2 types of deodorant, one of which has baking soda, one of which does not. The Alleluia variety, which has aloe instead of baking soda, that is the variety that I use. I can't use anything on my skin with the baking soda. Baking soda and my skin are not a happy set of campers. Very unhappy combination. So I will be the first to admit, and he knows this, that the baking soda formula does not work. But he also knows that it doesn't work because that's why he has a second formula. The first original formula was the formula with the baking soda in it. But then he noticed that that some people were complaining of the reaction, and he knew that there was a reaction potentially with the baking soda. So he reformulated with the different, and the Alleluia one is just fine on my underarm pits, as it were. And let's see here. Shock. Soap by nature is an emulsifier, dissolving your body wax. So if there's harsh chemicals in it, then you have direct contact on your flesh without any layer of lipids was there before you washed. Right, exactly. And so, so I don't want too strong a soap. Exactly. His soap is really quite gentle to me, in my opinion. But I also know that what's poison to my skin is perfectly fine on somebody else's skin. And so, of course, vice versa can happen, right? Right. And Terry Gilmore coming in. Yeah, there's lots of quiet, mellower places to gather in Vegas besides casinos and the Strip. Yeah, and it sounds like Andy knows, the hotel that Andy knows of is not on the Strip. It's in the older town, which I've never been to Old Town Vegas. So I will admit, if I was going to do something Vegas oriented, not on the Strip is exactly right up my alley. And so, shock, I can't hardly handle any kind of body lotion either. They burn no matter how gentle and moisturizing. Yeah, I only use 3 kinds of moisturizer. This is on my Aveeno Colloidal Oatmeal is my main hand moisturizer, unscented, of course. And then I have Queen Helene's Cocoa Butter Cream, which is the big old tub of thick cocoa butter. It's not 100% cocoa butter. It's got lanolin in it too, so it's actually spreadable. And then on my face, I use my unscented Oil of Olay, original Original formula, unscented for sensitive skin. Oil of Olay. And there we have it, Rabbit. That's about all that I'm going to even attempt on my skin. Especially, lotions especially, are just poisonous in general. Between the strong perfume scent and then the greasiness of it, oh, it's just awful. And let's see here, Cindy Krause, your granddaughter and you make glycerin-based soap, and it's not bad on the skin. Yeah, I used to have a glycerin-based soap that I used. It was called Pears, and Pears glycerin soap made in England, but then they changed the manufacturer to some other thing, and they completely changed the formula, and oh my god, it burned my skin. Not even, I was so bummed because quite literally Pears, for the longest time, was the only soap I could use on my skin. Yeah. So I was super disappointed when it no longer worked. So what I had been using after my Pears, but prior to Soda Wax, was Dr. Bonner's baby soap. It's in the baby blue packaging. It's just an unscented bar of white moisturizing soap. Dr. Bonner's. Dr. Bonner's, if you read the label, Dr. Bonner's kind of seems like this crazy Christian fanatic, right? But then if you really read the label, you find out that Dr. Bonner used to be a crazy Christian fanatic back in the day, but now his grandson has taken over the company, and his grandson's just like, no, my grandpa was weird. He wandered around proselytizing and making his living off of selling his soap, even though his goal was to proselytize. He couldn't live off of that, so he actually lived off the soap. But the soap is really good, and it is really good soap. And so he wanted to continue making the soap. And so the soap is super awesome, and apparently they have chocolate bars now. I haven't tried them. I'm a little unsure about trying a chocolate bar that's made from a soap company. But I have seen Dr. Bonner's chocolate bars come up on my social media feed. So there's that. And Darlene, yeah, Eucerin and CeraVe generally seem to be the two brands that dermatologists really, really love. And shock, Dr. Bronner has almost nothing sold in this area without hemp these days. I don't know what you mean by that. I do know that that hemp oil is part of the soap. Do you mean Dr. Bronner's is only sold in places that... Wait, I'm confused. What do you mean by that? Has nothing sold in this area without hemp? Meaning oh, okay, all the liquid soaps have hemp oil and they didn't used to. Gotcha, okay. Yeah, and I don't use the liquid one. The liquid one is weird. I don't use the liquid one. I use the bar. And I don't know if the bar has the hemp oil in it or not. But yeah, the liquid soaps definitely advertise their hemp oil. I don't know if that's a new thing or not, though. It might be. Hemp oil doesn't bother my skin, so it's not a big deal for me. But I don't know why the difference is. I don't know why the liquid soap, the liquid soap of the same version, meaning the unscented it. Wow. All right. Unscented, sensitive skin for the baby formula soap comes in liquid and bar version. I like the bar version. The liquid version stings my skin, and I don't know why. That should not have been that difficult to say. Yeah, there we go. There we go. And exactly, Rick, listen to Darlene. The Prel Dots got created to let you know that not everything is created equal. And let's see here. Cora the Capricorn. Hiya, I'm Cora. I've been scrolling for like 10 minutes to find a just chatting without a bum on the screen. So, hi. Oh, good. I'm glad that I'm not a bum. I mean, I don't think I'm a bum. I hope I'm not a bum. But welcome, Cora. I am Mad Statter, and you are now part of the Statterbox crew because you said something and stuff. And so, welcome into the Statterbox crew. We have a chat show here every Wednesday and every Sunday. Wednesday, let's see here. Wednesday and Sunday are the chat shows. Sunday, 5 p.m. East Coast time. Oh my God, you guys. I don't even know where I'm at. All right. Sunday, 5 p.m. West Coast time. West Coast time. Wednesday, 4 p.m. West Coast time. There we have it. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. And shock, exactly, after 3-day bans, no more bums on this screen. That is true. Cora, what the hell does that mean? Oops, first off, I don't normally swear, so sorry about the H-E double hockey sticks that just came out of my mouth. But once, Cora, I showed a movie that had a bare butt. Not like a grizzly bear, but like a naked butt. And I ended up getting banned from Twitch for 3 days. So I try not to show naked butts on the air anymore. And it's 1 a.m. British time. Fantastic. We've got another Brit person coming in the house eventually. Well, maybe not eventually, but you see, Terry in Scotland, he is a creator that sometimes hops in. And so he's on your time slot probably too. Anyway, I love it when we've got UK people in the house. And I don't love it when we've got bare butts in the house because that'll get us banned. Speaking of banned, bare butts, and movies, I just found... Okay, I can't reach it. I just found the notebook, my original notebook from when Chatter with Statter was started back in 2021. And it looks like our very first Statterbox at the Cinema was on September 4th, 2021. So in theory, this last week could have been our 2-year anniversary for Statterbox at the Cinema, but instead we're gonna have our 2-year anniversary this coming weekend. And in honor of our 2-year anniversary, I'm gonna show the movie that got my butt banned on Twitch, but it's edited. So the scene that has the butt, the scene that has the bare bum that got me in trouble, yeah, that's just been snipped right the heck out. Snip, 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 snip. So we will not be seeing a bare butt on the screen like we did the last time, but we will be watching Pow Wow Highway. That is right, Pow Wow Highway this Saturday at Statterbox at the Cinema. We will be watching that movie in almost all of its glory. That one scene with the bare butt, no, we're not going to see that. So, thank you so much, Cora, for following. And Darlene, you're going to be up north for a few days. Oh, bummer. And then Rick, edited, then what's the point? Well, you know, I don't want to be banned. And yes, Cindy, I do have the original full-length version, but we're not going to be greeted with the full-length version. And it's only like a 30-second clip, and it doesn't really affect the outcome of, you know, it doesn't affect the story arc. You're still going to be able to follow the plot. So Pow Wow Highway is what we're going to be watching this Saturday. And by the way, Cora, you're probably like, Saturday? You didn't say nothing about no Saturday. And that's true. I didn't say nothing about no Saturday. But Saturdays, we don't have a chat show like this one. Instead, we just hang out and we watch a movie. And then in the sidebar chats, we talk about the movie and we're like, oh my God, did you see that bare butt? I hope we don't get banned for that bare butt. Actually, hopefully there won't be any chat like that. But 6 p.m. West Coast time on Saturdays is when we have Statterbox at the Cinema. Movie chatter on Saturday. That is exactly it, right? It is movie chatter. And so Powwow Highway, I believe Powwow Highway came out in 1989, so it's an older Native American classic now, and it is a phenomenal movie, quite possibly in my top 5 favorite movies ever. So I really, really hope that we can share the movie together because, well, it's a great story, and there will be some moments where you're like, oh my God, there's dust in the air and someone's cutting onions. Oh, but that's okay. It'll all work out in the end. I don't mean to be a spoiler, but even though there's onions, they're eventually yummy onions, I guess, is what I'm saying. So, have some Kleenex, have some snacks. We'll be watching Powwow Highway next Saturday. And let's see here. Okay, so I had something else that I wanted to do. I remember what I wanted to do. Okay, wait, where did it go? And, okay, cool. Excellent, Cora. You're usually up until 3 anyway, and you just need to find some new friends. Well, you know what? Here we go. Okay, first off, Rick, yes, Dos Equis always counts as a snack. Shock, you better go find your dog. And now, Cora, back up to what I want to talk to you about. Yes, we hang out 3 times a week. Saturday for the movie, Sunday for the chat, Wednesday for the chat. So, we are all part of a crew. However, you might have just stumbled upon the most magical online community ever, because here's the deal. This stream ends at 5:30 p.m., so in about 10 to 12 minutes. So 5:30 p.m. West Coast time is when this stream ends. 6 p.m. West Coast time, so a half an hour after this stream ends, there's going to be another stream on, and it's going to be a streamer named Andy Bumatai. And he does a stream called the Daily Pigeon Live Podcast. And he streams on YouTube, he streams on Twitch, he streams on LinkedIn, he streams on Facebook, he streams on Kick, he streams on Rumble, he streams on other places too. Anyway, Andy Bumatai, and excellent, we've got Shock given Andy's links all a thingy bopper. Andy Bumatai is pretty much where most of us on this stream met. He's a lot larger of a stream content creator than I am. And so if you want to meet up with even more new friends who are just super nice, I mean, we try to be nice. I highly recommend coming back in a half an hour, if you're still awake, and hang out with us on the Daily Pigeon Live broadcast. And Daily Pigeon Live, by the way, pigeon is spelled P-I-D-G-I-N, pigeon, because it's not the bird. It's the type of language. It's it's the language dialect. So if you happen to be around a half hour after this stream is over, we know where we're gonna be, and you're welcome to come join us, is what I'm about to say, is what I'm trying to say. And Cora, you haven't heard anyone mention Kick in like 10 plus years. Yeah, well, he is all over. And actually, apparently, now I know nothing about, I do have a Kick account. I've been on it for a minute. I don't know much about it though. Apparently though, there's this, other website called Rumble that he's on, and I guess Rumble is kind of like a right-wing group, a right-wing social media platform, and Andy is not, that's not why he joined it. He just joined it because it was another platform to broadcast from, but apparently he lost some followers and viewers because of the right-wing nature of that platform, and people are just like, if you're gonna be over there, I don't want nothing to do with you. So I don't know anything about Rumble. If anybody knows anything about Rumble and like what goes on over there, I'm vaguely curious, but I can also say just because Andy broadcasts on that doesn't mean what it might mean for everybody else that broadcasts on that platform. And exactly, Rick, the 3 Cals might not fly on Rumble. And Cora, the Capricorn, what Rick means by the 3 Cals is it's a rule on Andy Bumatai's show. We don't talk about 3 Cals, the political, the cynical, or the medical. And the medical basically was born out of the COVID pandemic. We just didn't want to dwell on that because the stream started at the beginning of the lockdown in 2020, and that's how we actually all kind of found each other online. So we kind of wanted an online space to get away from the pressures of this weird illness that we didn't know what was going on, because at the time nobody really knew what was up. So exactly, Cora, not a problem. You can't stand listening to people ramble about news stuff. Exactly, yeah. Now Andy does talk about some news stuff, but it's stuff like, it's different stuff. It's fun stuff. It's like, oh, look at, this yacht that crashed on the beach, and all of the locals are pointing at the yacht going, we hate rich people, haha. It's but yes, exactly, as Rick pointed out, the 4th Cal, which is comical, is very much encouraged. So let's see here. Shock, we still don't really know enough. The Hampton Roads medical examiner says it's time to mask up again, though. True, but I think we are past the level of utter fear. At least I am. Like, back at the beginning of the pandemic, it was just a whole different mindset. But we're not going to talk about that here, because we don't want to talk about that. But also, Cindy bringing in a very good point. Andy is a professional stand-up comedian. He's from Hawaii, and so he's really funny. So he's, he's really funny guy, super nice, and he creates a very welcoming Twitch environment. And Gina, exactly, Andy's streaming on the Rumble platform is not an endorsement of the views expressed there. Precisely. Like I said, I've never been there, so I don't really know, but apparently Rumble is rumbly enough that some people were just like, oh heck no, cannot abide, not gonna happen. And Shock, I just looked at Rumble, it's very far right. Yeah, see, so I guess I'm not really surprised that some of Andy's people were just like, where are you going? Yeah, I'm not going there. So so there you have it. Now, the one thing though that I wanted to say, you guys, I don't know if they're here, but one of the Statterbox crew was kind enough to send me a plumeria start. And basically what I got in the mail, and they didn't want to be named, so I'm not going to name them. But I do know that they will eventually see this. I do know that. So they sent me like a plumeria stick. Just this green stick. With one end of it had been, jammed in rooting hormone, and then a plastic bag around the rooting hormone, and she just popped it in the mail and sent it to me like that, right? And so I had it, and I was like, okay, I need to do something with it, but I ended up keeping it on my kitchen counter, on one of my counters by my kitchen window for a while. Like to such a long time and degree that I was like, ooh, I'm pretty sure I killed that. So, yikes, I might have to throw that in the compost. So I went to pick it up to throw it into the compost because I was pretty sure I killed it. No, oh my god, dude, the plastic bag was still on it and everything, but at the little top, there was little leafies trying to come out. So that gave me a lot of hope. And so, boop. So I planted it I planted my little plumeria tree, and so now it's in a pot, and so, oh yeah, Elaine, definitely, it's very hot in your room with hot devices. Log out, cool it down, cool it now. You've got to cool it now. Ooh, watch out, you're gonna overheat. That was a song by New Edition, only it's different. And so, but yes, so anyway, yes, what? Wrapped and rooted, I just got plumeria sticks to grow. Well, they're just now starting to grow. And Darlene planted in well-draining soil medium. I planted it in the succulent cactus, blah, blah, blah. I planted it in basically, I looked it up, and I think I planted it in the right kind. So we'll find out. But it seems like it's a hardy specimen because it decided to try to live even before I got it in the ground. And so as you guys can see, I've got 3 little boopadoops coming off the top of the stick, and one of the boopadoops, that's right, boopadoop. It's a technical term. You wouldn't know it. You've not studied boopadology. This is boopadoops coming off the stick. And my boopadoops, one of them's bigger, one of them's medium, and one of them's smaller, but they all have little leafies. And so now it's outside in the front yard. And Cora, every outdoor plant you've had has turned out to be very not suitable for the wonderful thing that is UK weather. Oh, dude, you don't even know. Plumeria is like tropical. And I live in Seattle. So you and I, UK person and Seattle person, have very similar weather. So this plant is going to be spending a lot of time inside over the winter. But I figured, since it still is kind of sunny out, and my house is south facing, and the reflective heat off of the front porch and the cement keeps my front porch area fairly warm, I figured I'd keep it out there. Rick, do not overwater it. Yes, I know that. In fact, I think I kind of overwatered it in the initial stages, so it's not going to get water for at least a week, if not, I'm thinking more like 2. And let's see here. Oh, you just told your dad today that you want to go there. It looks so pretty. Oh, Seattle, I assume? You definitely should come to Seattle. It is pretty, and it's an awesome little town, I have to say. And so, now as far as the little plumeria thing, that's from Hawaii, and you should also go visit Hawaii one day if you can. And so, let's see here. Cindy, you're saying that, it grows in fairly sandy soil, don't overwater. Yeah, I definitely, that was the one thing that all the websites said. And yeah, Rick, let it really dry out before the next water. I kind of like to do that anyway, because I've noticed that people kill their plants through kindness more than they kill them through neglect. And so one way to prevent that is not to overwater. And so, yeah, I like it. I like the bucket or the pot that the plant is potted in. I like that to get really light before I then water again. That way the roots get a little bit of air, because the roots need to breathe too, right? So, and Cora, if you buy anything to survive here, it would have to just be a bush or a shrub, because today your grass is dead. But last week your town had a mini flood. Yeah, that sounds about right, these days, especially this time of year, because during the hot of the summer, the ground gets super dry and doesn't absorb the water very well. And then suddenly the rains come back, and the rains don't absorb into the ground because the ground's too hard. And then boom, got yourself flood. Got yourself flood. And let's see here. Yes. Also, Rick and Darlene are telling you where to vacation, and I am jumping on that bandwagon. Hawaii is a must visit for sure. Rick and I are planning on going back sooner rather than later, probably to say aloha to Tina Rose and try to connect with Kamawela Man too. Now see, Cora, you don't know who these people are because you don't hang out on the Daily Pigeon Live. But if you hang out on the Daily Pigeon Live, you might learn who some of these people are. So, we are now at the bottom of the hour. So we are going to wrap this up. We're going to see each other on Saturday, I hope, for Powwow Highway at Satterbox at the Cinema, 6 p.m. West Coast time. But before that, I hope to see you guys in about a half an hour. Daily Pigeon Live podcast. And Cora, I hope we see you there, but if we don't, that's cool. I hope to see you here at some point when you can. I know it's late night, so if you need to catch those Z's, catch those Z's, baby doll. Catch those Z's. Alrighty, you guys. So, we will see each other in the next couple days or in the next couple minutes. Have yourself a good weekend. No, wait. Have yourself a good rest of the week. Then, have a good weekend, and we'll talk on the weekend. Okay? Alright, you guys. Take care.